Berinchyk, Davis, post-fight thoughts. Let's go.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is 1 in the 6. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's talk about this. Ain't gonna take long. Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, versus Dennis Berinchyk, the undercover Klansman. I'm just kidding, but not quite. But anyway, there's a lot of confusion. Well, I wasn't confused about what was going on. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the fight. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis. He handled his business. He stayed cool. He stayed disciplined. First thing that you'll notice is Keyshawn looked like he was 2 weight classes above Dennis Berinchyk. Dennis Berinchyk didn't look like he needed to even be in the ring with Keyshawn, let alone, my gosh, Keyshawn is super bigger than him. Size-wise and skill set-wise, it was a complete and total mismatch. It was a nightmare for Dennis Berinchyk. It was a nightmare. This was creepy to watch. First round, Dennis comes out there on his toes. I actually gave Dennis the first round. He was bouncing around. He was more active, and you saw Keyshawn downloading what he was dealing with. He was like herky-jerky and trying to get in and out, trying to be awkward and throw Keyshawn off of his game. Didn't work. Round 2, more of the same. Near the end of round 2, Keyshawn started to throw shots back. And that's when you saw it looked like an 18-year-old fighting a 12-year-old. I mean, literally, once Keyshawn started throwing shots back, it was like, all right, playtime has ended. There was a lot of clinching initiated by Dennis Berinchyk. I think I saw 2 accidental clash of heads. Thank goodness there was no cuts. Round 3, more the same, but Keyshawn started mounting an offense. He started to put together body shots. Oh, I'm missing something very important. I think in round 2, Keyshawn, with a superior foot placement, he stepped in between the herky-jerky movement of Dennis Berinchyk, hit him with a body shot. Not going to say it didn't hurt, but being that he was off balance, it was academic. Punch landed to the body. Dennis fell. He wasn't hurt. He was more or less off balance. But it's a knockdown. It's a knockdown. All right, so that was a 10-8 round. I think that was round 2 or 3. Don't quote me on that. Well, I think it was round 2. Round 4, more the same. Dennis comes out. He's trying to go in, trying to go out, like with this ridiculous movement. A lot of it was unnecessary. I noticed in between rounds 3 and 4, Dennis' nose was broke up. He's bleeding from the nose, and I don't recall Keyshawn popping him, but apparently he did. So by the time round 3 was over, Dennis was in there looking like he was having a fight. And I'm looking at this like, wow, I really didn't see Keyshawn mounting offense, but it clearly was there because it was showing on Dennis' face. He was getting bruised up on the forehead. His nose looked like it was broken. He's bleeding. It looked like it was a 10-round fight. And it was like round 10 going into the championship rounds, 10 and going into 11. Keyshawn was playing sniper. And then when he was mounting his offense, it was very disciplined. He was throwing sharp punches. Dennis started grabbing. And you saw the size difference show its ugly face. And speaking of ugly face, Dennis was getting beaten to meatloaf. And I saw it coming. I said, man, this ain't going to the cards, man. This ain't going to the cards. And as I thought it, bing, body shot. And you know it hurts, and you know you don't want no more smoke when you're on the floor in a prayer position and you're looking at the ref and you're counting with him. 6, 7, 8, 9, and Keyshawn starts to dance and fight over. So Keyshawn did a very good job of what he had in front of him. He imposed his will. He showed excellent boxing ability. He showed a lot of patience. He showed that he could download data. I can look at Keyshawn and I can tell that if Bud is not helping him in the camp, Bud is a huge inspiration in his fighting technique. He's very, very calm. He has a poker face on. And he knew when it was time to turn up, he did just that. So Keyshawn did a very, very, very good job. He did a very good job. And I can't wait to see what's next. He mentioned, he didn't say no names directly, but he mentioned 2 other champions at 135. Look, man, it's hard to get some of these kids in there to do what I like to see them do, but you know, it is what it is. Dennis Berinchyk, to me, I could say it now. He's very overrated. He might as well run it back with Navarrete. Navarrete is a very awkward fighter, but he out-awkwarded him that night. So why not run that back? But Dennis Berinchyk, 135, your food there, buddy. So Keyshawn Davis is a new champion. Shout out to him. I'm not a Berinchyk guy. Never was. Never will be. I'm not going to talk about those other antics because that's realistically for the Painful Excellence podcast. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis. And let's see what's next. Bronx on deck.